What's up, guys? This is just a random video I decided to make, just like how much I've spent on ammunition for less lethal stuff. So I'm kind of going to throw in BBs because I make videos with these too. So I haven't spent a crap ton on BBs because they're super cheap. At least the ones I buy all the time are really cheap. So I can get like, I think 2,400 of these for like 350 or 375 or something. And I bought 3 of those packs. And I've obviously gotten BBs with some of the BB pistols I've bought in. Like they just come bundled in, so I'm not going to count those because that's a different subject, like buying launchers and BB pistols and all that stuff. I'm not sponsored by any company. I don't get paid to make these videos. I just make them in my free time, and yeah, you guys get the benefit of it. And I could have easily not make any of these videos and not put myself out there and just have fun doing what the hell I want to do, but I'm just giving you guys an inside view of what I do, or how much I spend on these things. I don't have much debt at all. I pretty much have a decent job. I don't have like an absorbently high like insurance, car insurance, health insurance. Like none of that stuff is ridiculous. Like I'm not at all close to like foreclosing on houses or nothing like that. Like I'm perfectly fine. Like, so anyways, this was a mold from eBay. I think after tax and shipping, it was like 25 or 30 bucks. This is so I can make my own slug ammo. This is a 50 cal version of that same thing, so I can make my own slug ammo. So I think like 25 or 30 bucks. Let's just say 30 bucks. I think it was like 30. This was like 20. So I'm gonna put that on the paper. All right, got my figures going. I've bought glue, hot glue to make those slugs. So I think that was like 12 bucks without tax or anything. This is all without tax. I live in California, so my tax rate is like 7.25% or 7.5% or something like that. Some places, some websites, I can get things without paying tax. I don't know how that works, but because I just put my same shipping address for where I live. So I think I got, let's see, these are 1/4 inch, like 1,000 1/4 inch ball bearings and like 1,000 3/8 inch ball bearings. And each of those, I think this was like 10 and this was like 12. So I'm going to put that on here. So I got that out of the way. And I also have 50 caliber ball bearings. I didn't bring them downstairs, but I do have those. I got a 200 pack for, I think it was like $16 or something for 200 steel ball bearings, 1/2 inch steel ball bearings. So I'll write that down there, and I'm going to go through my bag of goodies. So I've bought 2 of these. I think they're $16.99 at my local paintball store and like online and stuff. So let's just say $17. I bought 2 of those. So I'm going to ×2 that. And then let's see here. These are 50 cal slugs that I made. These are Amazon store. The orange ones are the lambid ones. I think those were $12.99 for 100. I bought those once, so I'm just gonna put 13 right here. The white ones are the quick access balls. I got those from my local store. I think those were $14. And let's see what else I got in here. Aluminum alien play balls. I bought 2 packs of these, 100 rounds a pack. I think they were $12.99 possibly. So I'll just put 13 right here. ×2. Remember, this is without tax. So this is just a total without tax. So just, at the end I'll add on tax. Alien play aluminum balls. I got 75 originally, and then I bought another pack of 100, and I think this was like 19 at the time, and then the 100 pack I got was like 22. So I'm gonna put 19 and then 22. I think it might have been 23 or something. In the past, when I didn't really know much about less lethal, different types of ammo and stuff like that, I had bought 3 of these cases. So these were 20 bucks each. These are from Big Five, my local Big Five. For, I don't know, I have like 5 or 6 local Big Fives right here. So I bought 3 of those at 20 bucks. And just keep on adding stuff to the pile. Long time ago, 3 years ago, I bought Byrna Kinetics. Those were, I think, 50 bucks for the case of 95. So not cheap, but they are kind of big on the ball size, so that's kind of good for some in some instances. These are the 11-gram Riot balls. I bought these from riotballs.com. They're not the greatest performers. I just wanted to try something different. I should have got the 10-gram steel ball bearing PVC coated ones. These are steel ball bearing with rubber coated. They were on sale. I think instead of being 120 bucks, they were like 100 plus shipping and tax. So I think like 110, let's just say, for 100 rounds. Not cheap. Not cheap at all. And I got these Grimburg Jewel V3s. These were on sale for 25 a pack, and then I had to pay shipping. So I got 50 rounds for like $67 or something like that. So 67, still not cheap. So in the past, I've got the Duke glass breakers, which is this case, and they were asked for me. They were supposed to be, or I mean, from videos I've seen, they were like large bore or whatever, but they were, for me, they were trash. So they were all like 680 bore size. They all weighed like 3.6 grams. I was assuming they would be salt supply substitutes, salt supply kinetic substitutes, 3.7 grams, 3.7 grams, and like 687 bore size. They were not for me, this batch at least. So I got hosed on that one, but that was $25 for 50 rounds. These pink ones are from Amazon. They're the Rhodamine 68 caliber balls from the Lambid store. So those were, I think at the time those were 17. I think they're like 18 something now, a little bit higher. In this case is the Duke glass breakers, the shitty ones that were mine, and a mixture of QAB, my first bag of T4E QAB, so that's not going to be included because it's already on this paper. The black ones are the raw Jawbreaker Riot balls. I got 100 of those for $32. There was no difference in those versus the QAB versus the Rhodamine rounds. Like, to me, nylon balls are all nylon balls. They're all just practice shooting. If you get Byrnas, they weigh less, but they have a bigger bore size. But there's give and takes with all of them. I don't have everything. Like, I don't have AR Tactical Jewels. I don't have Smashers. I don't have Smasher XLs. There's a lot of stuff I don't have. I don't have 10-gram Riot balls. I don't have BK Kinetics. I mean, the list goes on and on of all the different stuff you can buy. So these were the Devastators from MCS, 50 cal and 68 caliber. I think these were 40 bucks, $40 for 50. So $40. And then these 68 caliber, I think these were 50 bucks. I could be wrong, but I think that's how much they were. I'm pretty good at remembering numbers and how much I paid for stuff. This was the other bag of Alien Plays, which I've already listed on this paper. These are my first batch of first batch of ball bearing ammo, half-inch ball bearing ammo, which is not on this. I have the bag of 200, which is upstairs. I think I got 100 of them, and I think it was like $11 or something like that. It wasn't that much. I'll just put 11. So that was that. And these are some of the launchers I bought from eBay, from some of the online stores. They came with T4E 50 cal rubber balls, which are in here, but also mixed in here is the rubber steel ammo, those kind of like gray ones with like the shiny glitter stuff on them. So I got a 50 pack of those, and I think they were 18 bucks, like $17.99. So add that 18, and I can't think of anything else I may have bought that I don't have anymore. I have split up some rounds to some of my brothers and, you know, did stuff like that. So there may be like a bag or two that I'm not counting in this. But I'm going to add all this up and then show you guys how much I've spent. All right, so I added all that stuff up, and it's actually higher than I thought it was. I thought estimate on a previous video was like $400 to $500. It's actually $717 in random ammo and stuff like that. And like I said, I'm not sponsored. I don't get paid to do any of this stuff. I'm not asking for money or anything like that. I'm just letting you guys know that aside from the launchers I have all these different types of ammos, and that's kind of why I'm not buying more different varieties. No one's asked me to. I'm just putting it out there that like at some point I'm gonna stop buying varieties of ammos. I might continue to buy stuff I already have. Like if I run out of these, I'll buy more because they're cheap. But as far as me buying like the more high end, expensive rounds that are like more than 50 cents each, I'll probably shy away from those, because just on my channel and my own testing, I haven't seen much difference as far as like joules or sometimes even impacts from these different rounds that I have on my table, and I'm slowly putting away into my bag. And yeah, like obviously if I'm carrying stuff out of the house, I'm obviously going to use stuff that is actually, you know, from less lethal companies. I'm not going to be using like alien plays and stuff like that out and about in the wild, I guess you could call it. And I'm not going to be using my homemade slugs when I'm out in public. I'll probably just stick to, you know, nylon balls, because I live in California, so they're strict as hell with random stuff like this. There's probably a lot of gray areas and legal consequences that I don't really want to get into, but I'd probably 50 caliber, if I'm outside, I'll probably stick with nylon balls and rubber steel rounds. And for 68 caliber, if I'm out and about outside, I'll stick with Grimburg's, because they are a less lethal company that makes these, a well-known company. And I'll probably stick with assorted nylon balls or even rubber balls. It's not the best. I mean, if I lived in a different state where it was like open carry, or you know, they're more lenient with gun laws and stuff, I would definitely be using shaped everything, and you know, for things that could feed good, like the HDR 68 or something like that. Like if this was not an issue, I wouldn't like for outside carrying stuff out of the house in public. I've never had to have I've never been in any instance where I've come close to even remotely thought of using a less lethal launcher to do anything of any sort to anybody. I'm a pretty chill guy. I don't get in people's faces. I'm pretty mellow. Like, yeah, I just try to blend in with the crowd. And anyways, kind of going off topic. Yeah, so that's everything I spent. It's probably slightly more because I didn't even add tax. So if I add tax to that, and then maybe like a couple of dollars here and there for stuff that I haven't, you know, forgot I purchased or whatever, with tax, I'm at like 770, 768. So not a cheap hobby, but I'm going to keep making videos. You know, obviously I can reuse this stuff, so it has value added. When each time you can reuse that round and it doesn't break or crack, there's value added into that. You know, it's because it's reusable, other than like buying bullets or something. Like you can't reuse a bullet. You can reuse the shell sometimes, but you can't reuse the lead that flies out of there, and the powder and the primers and stuff. So anyways, that's it for this one. Maybe I'll do a breakdown on all the launchers I have. I don't know, 20 of them or something. I'm just guessing. It's probably like $3,000, possibly. But like I said, I'm doing this. I'm spending money that I have. You know, I'm able to spend that money on those things. I'm not foolishly just buying things and like can't pay my bills or something random like that. Like I'm totally fine financially like that. Like I'm not going down into like a huge debt hole or something like that. I'm completely fine. Like, yeah. So anyways, you guys, just putting that into perspective of the rabbit hole that is less lethal ammunition and a little, you know, random homemade projects like this slugs I'm making. So anyways, have a good one and see you guys next time.